Lisa Saunders with PAC-B TV out of Baldwinsville, New York. Behind me is the Seneca River. We live near Lock 24. And hello, Jackie.
Hello.
So who are you and what are we going to talk about?
I'm Jacquie Owens, and I'm the brand new Adult Services Librarian at the Baldwinsville Public Library. I started in July, and we're just starting to create some events for adults and for teenagers, just to help people with being isolated, or just to get together and talk to people about things that they like. Especially right now, what we're talking about is our new writers group. The new writers group is going to be doing virtual meetings, hopefully weekly. We're trying to come up with a really good date. And
you have a date for the first writers meeting, right?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. It's actually November 1st. It's a Sunday at 12 p.m. So it's this Sunday.
Okay.
And we're going to start at 12 o'clock, and you have to register through the library, but we're going to talk about National Novel Writing Month. And that's something that I've done for about 5 years. In fact, that's what really got me more serious about writing. So I'm not just a librarian, I'm a writer too.
That's pretty exciting because you understand what us writers go through. and have a place for writers, because when I first moved here in Baldwinsville, I saw there was a writers group that met at the library and I could never get to it. So that writers group is no more, right? Because of the pandemic?
Yes, I've not been able to get a hold of anybody related to that group. So I'm hoping that they'll come and join with this one, and we can use their experience to create an even better group than.
Okay, so then, so we need to go onto the Baldwinsville Library website and sign up for it. Like, it's on the events, because when I quickly looked on the main page of the library event, I didn't see it for November 1st. So maybe I didn't click around in the right place.
It goes under programs.
Programs, okay.
And you go to adult, and it's got the information right there, and it's got the links right there to where you can register.
So okay, once you register, does this mean it's a Zoom meeting? You need to have a computer or an iPhone or something? Is it a Zoom meeting?
It is a Zoom meeting. You can call in on your phone too. We've had a lot of people do that. But,
so you don't have to be seen. Like, if you really don't want to brush your hair that day, you can just call in.
Yes.
Listen to what people are saying.
Yes, and we don't mind if you wear your pajamas. I mean, this is a Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to be wearing either. So.
Well, you told me you had a pandemic haircut. I kind of thought that was cute. Wow. So you just had it cut off just so you don't have to worry about it, right?
I have very straight hair, very fussy about it not being crooked when they cut it. And I just haven't gotten to the hairdresser, just don't feel comfortable going yet. So that's what we're doing. I'm just shaving it off. The daughter did it. She had a great time.
Okay, so this first meeting on Sunday, November 1st, and then is it weekly after that? So if people are watching this and it's after the 1st, they can just hop on, right?
Once they get registered, then I'll send them the link every week.
Every week you'll be sent a link. Okay, this is our meeting. Here's the link to join the conversation. And the first one will be about novel writing, the novel writing month, you said this is?
Yes. Every November, there's a National Novel Writing Month, and we call it Nanowrimo. It's the short version of it. And with Nanowrimo, they challenge writers or anybody to write a novel of about 50,000 words, or just write 50,000 words in a month, in 30 days. Now, it sounds like a lot. It sounds awful, but actually it's about 1,600 words a day. And if you've got a story in your head that's been stuck in there and you want to get it out, 1,600 words isn't too bad, especially if you don't edit yourself. You just write the story.
Right, just writing it is the key.
Right, yeah, write what you like, write what you want to do, write what you know, and don't think about if the sentence is right or anything like that. Just write the story.
So what's going to happen in this writers group that's starting on Sundays at noon? What do you picture happening?
Well, for the month of November, we're going to try to encourage and motivate all kinds of writers. And we're not just talking novel, nonfiction, genre, poetry, whatever you'd like to do. In fact, NaNoWriMo allows you to make your own goal. I mean, they initially started with the 50,000 words, but they're allowing you now to make your own goal. So if you want to write a poetry book and that's your goal, then you can chart your progress any way you want to, by word number, by page number, by whatever you want to. So for November, we're going to talk every week about different ways of just keeping you motivated, keeping you feeling like this is something worthwhile to do. Whether you want to be a professional or just do this as a hobby, I think writing is a great way to really start to understand yourself more, and to express yourself to other people in a way that's really accessible.
Do you think
This
people are
club,
writing more now that it's a pandemic? Like I mean, some people are overwhelmingly busy because of the pandemic, because they're trying to work and they have to watch their kids and homeschool their kids at the same time. But other people aren't as busy right now.
yes.
So this could be the time to really focus on your writing, right?
And I think one of the things about the library is that people that are living alone or living with a person that works full time in their home, or any situation where a person feels lonely, um, writing is a helpful, a therapeutic way to really keep yourself busy. But it's also a way you can connect up with people, because if you're interested in writing, if you like words, then you can come.
Now, what should we do? This program's going to be uploaded to YouTube, so there might be other writers who happen to click into this. If you don't live in Baldwinsville, can you try to join the Zoom meeting or the whatever phone call meeting, whatever it is, on Sunday?
That's the beautiful thing about virtual meetings, is that the more the merrier, and the more people from other places, the more diversity we have, the more discussion we have, I think the better. And I think the more invigorating the conversation will be. Um, Originally, the old writers group was in person, so that made it very tight into just Baldwinsville or the Syracuse area. So with the virtual meeting, I'm really excited about being able to open it up to anybody that's interested.
So you think initially, you think we're going to be talking a lot, and is there a point where we're going to be reading each other's work, or is that just can't really work on a Zoom type meeting?
I think it depends on the group. What I really want to do is leave a lot of the discussion to the group as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I get a little nervous about showing people my work, especially people that I can look at face to face.
Right.
I can send it off to a contest. That's fine. I don't know who's looking at it and anything, but having like reading it aloud to somebody makes me a little nervous. Although that's a good way to really edit your work. So I think what we're going to be doing is talking about things that stop you from writing, things that encourage you to write. The Nanowrimo page, nanowrimo.org, and it's in fact behind my head here. It's up on the wall. I think it might be backwards, but
No, it's correct. I see it correctly.
oh, good. It looks funny on mine. They have a lot of helpful information. They have a lot of encouragement. And in fact, I've been in touch with the Syracuse liaison who's running the events for NaNoWriMo for the Syracuse area. And she and I are working on trying to coordinate events, because she's trying to have more than once a week events where we come in and we do things like word sprints, which is like a timed writing session where you write for 10 minutes and you just write and write and write, and then they'll tell you to stop. Or we can give you some sort of prompt, a scenario or something, and say, if you can't think of anything, here's something you can write about, and you can add that to your NaNoWriMo word count if you want. So it's just a way of getting people to really write and feel like they're a part of a community of people that are interested in writing and excited about it. So we're really just trying to get the local group and everybody that likes to write, everybody to keep writing. Everybody has their own story. Everybody has
Right.
their
And
own
now
way
might
of
be the
writing.
time to tell it. So you're motivating me, because I really haven't been doing any original writing in a long time. So You're motivating me. I can't wait to join when I'm able to join into the conversation. I look forward to it. And then it could blossom into all kinds of different things, right? Like talking about, if we decide to talk about, okay, for those that want to write and actually publish, we could talk about that sometimes, or just the exercises of writing. And
yes. And that's the thing that's really great about writing. I mean, we're initially going to be starting with Nanowrimo for the month, and we're going to be talking about starting writing, and we're going to be talking about continuing to write. But as time goes on, we can have sessions about editing and what that entails. Or, you know, actually Nanowrimo does, what kind of music do you like to listen to when you're writing? That's a big one that people talk about all the time. So there's such a wide range of things we can discuss. We can even discuss genres. We can discuss the difference between nonfiction writing and fiction writing. Because there are people out there that write fiction, or they just want to improve their business email writing or their project writing for work. They want to improve that. And we can do that here too. You know, we can offer editing services. We can just talk about sentence structure. We can talk about setting. So there's such a range of things that we can do with a writing group. And I love the kind of community that Nanowrimo created the couple of years that we had in-person get-togethers, because what we would do is we'd go to like some little restaurant in Liverpool or something, and like 8 or 10 of us would just go in with our typewriters or computers or iPads, and we would just sit at a table and write. And every once in a while, so hi, how you doing? Who are you? You know, what are you writing now? Or I'm stuck on this sentence or something like that. And then we put our heads back down and, you know, maybe grab a coffee and come back and write again. And we can even do that during NaNoWriMo. It's just, okay, let's get on Zoom for an hour and let's just write. And if you need to talk, you can look up and talk to us, and you've got somebody there. So that's always a fun thing. It's more fun than it sounds, actually.
So. No, it does sound fun. Like I said, I really look forward to it. So I can't imagine starting it. Now you also have a book club too, right?
Yes, we have. It's Wednesdays at 12,
okay.
And it's called the Brown Bag Book Club. And what we do is we read a book every month. We pick out a book every month and we read it. And then we get on Zoom and we start, I don't know, taking it apart or talking about it or saying whether we liked it or not. Last month we did Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, and pretty much nobody really liked it. So we spent a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a disturbing book. I mean, it's a disturbing story.
Yes. And so we had a lot of good discussion about why we didn't like it. And that was fun, because it's like the author's not there. So even if we say
so how do you get the book to read it? You know what I mean? If you want to be part of the book club.
What we tried to do with Brown Bag Book Club is we've offered it through Hoopla. So if you have an Onondaga County Library card, you can register on Hoopla and you can basically borrow the book like you would a print book. And it gets returned automatically in about 3 weeks.
So it's an ebook. So everybody's reading it as an ebook. Yeah. Okay.
But you can also reserve it in print here at the library, and we can hold it for you. So you'll have a copy. So we can do that too. It depends on how many. That's why we do Hoopla, to make sure that if we have more than 5, 6, 7 people, everybody gets a chance to read the book.
Okay. And you're also having another event coming up, an author meet and greet. So what's going on with that? And you have to register for that, right? It's a Zoom meeting, and we can meet the authors, local authors.
Yes, this is the 5th annual author meet and greet, and this is the first one we're going to do virtually. We have about 6 or 8 local authors, and they previously used to show what they were working on, show what they've already published, and then talk about it. And then we open it up to a question Q&A session, which is a lot of fun, because you get your questions answered about people that are actually published authors, which is very motivating too. So in this case, the authors come from there's a couple romance authors. There's one that's into children's writing, one that's in nonfiction. We have a retired police officer that wrote a book about the Syracuse police for Arcadia Public. Different types of authors. And what we've tried to do is create a schedule where we've told you what kinds of writing that person likes at that time. And once you're registered, you can jump on and listen to just that writer if you want to. Or you can stay on for the whole time from 12 until 3. So it's
because I did register for that, but I didn't get a schedule yet. Should I have gotten it yet?
Right now we've kept it online because we keep adding more information as we get it.
Okay.
What we'll probably do is when we send you the Zoom link, we'll send you the schedule with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to that. Now, where do they all live, these people? These authors all live in Onondaga County or Baldwinsville, or where do they live?
They pretty much live in Onondaga County, but I think one is from Fulton. I think one is from Cortland. So there's everybody just in the area. And for us, for writers, that's local to have published authors from Cortland. I mean, it's nice. They used to have to drive in. So I think that was the big cutoff there, was if they were willing to drive in, they're a local author. So.
Well, I really look forward to all that you have. I'm so excited because you're a writer. You're going to be focusing on some of the people that like to write. So I'm very excited about that. And I look forward to Sunday, November 1, and every Sunday after that. Because like you said, I have to register for that. I didn't register. So I go on. Tell us again how we can register for the writers group.
Okay, for the writers group, behind me, I have the Baldwinsville library address. And you go to the adult webpage, and that's the address right there for the adult webpage. And it's got the link for the November 1st meeting. After that, we're deciding on what day of the week we're going to be meeting weekly, because I think Sunday's probably difficult for people. If that's the easiest one for people that join in, we'll do that. But we haven't decided on a date yet.
Oh, okay. So for the weekly, you don't really know what day of the week that's going to be.
No.
After this November 1st one.
Yeah. In fact,
okay.
Our Nanowrimo Syracuse liaison is going to do a lot more than once a week events. So I'm going to try to get her schedule of where they're connecting up, how they're connecting up onto our adult webpage, so that everybody knows there's lots of different ways to connect up with people in the area.
Well, this is good because I don't know if I could do Sunday at noon all the time. So
yeah, me too.
Okay. So that will be nice. I don't know. We'll see what you come up with. Well, thank you so much, Jackie. It was really nice to meet you, and nice to know the library is still moving on. And I have to say, I'm very grateful to the library because you're having a woman there deliver books to my mother who's in assisted living, and it's really hard for her to get books when the governor laws about assisted living facilities during the pandemic. So my mother really appreciates the large print books that she's getting delivered. So
I'm so glad. And also, if you're worried about coming in, because you can come in the library, we recommend you make an appointment because we're only at 25% capacity. We can't have any more than 25 people in the building at a time. But if you're nervous about coming in, we also have curbside. So if you reserve a book and it comes in, you call us up, we'll check it out for you, put it in a bag, and we bring it out to your car.
Oh, good to know. I mean, are people allowed to bring their kids to play in the kid area, or is that not happening right now?
We had to remove the toys because we felt that was probably more of a germ collector than anything. But we do get children, young children coming in with their parents, and they pick out books. People don't generally stay very long. I think they're still a little nervous. But just the fact that they can come in and pick out their own books has been such a positive thing for the people that are working here, and also the people that are coming in. They're just excited to come in and have their reading material.
Now, so you have to make an appointment, right, to come in. But I think I heard when I called the library today, I think I heard on the message you said, or you can take a chance and just see if there's an opening. Is that right?
Yes.
And so say I pull up and I have kids in the car because I didn't know that I was going to be available for this. do I knock on the door and say, or do I call from my car and say, okay, by any chance, do you have room for a lady and 2 kids? Or how does that work?
Well, you can call up and we can check. You know, we have a reception desk where when you come in, we check your temperature and take your name and everything.
Oh, okay.
But you can come in, the door's open. You just come on in and say, is there room? Is it okay if I come in? I haven't made an appointment, and we haven't had to turn anybody away yet. So it's been
okay. Oh, well, it's just good to know, because I never just to schedule a time to go to the library just seems too hard.
Yes. And that's the other thing with curbside is if you've got young children and you don't want to bring them in for whatever reason, or you're busy, just calling up and saying, I've got a reserve book, can you drop it off? Or children's books about mermaids. Can you just, put those on hold for me, and I'll pick them up like in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll get that ready for you. So there's lots of ways for you to get your books out of the library and getting things that you're interested in out there.
Oh, this is all really great stuff to know. Thank you so much, Jackie. Thanks for being here, and I hope we can talk in the future about other writers' things I can interview you about.
That would be great. Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you. And I like your pandemic haircut. Good idea.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.